Hello everyone, thank you for taking the time out of your day today to join this Ideate 15 at 15 session. My name is Kevin Vong and I'm a technical solution specialist here at Graitec. So for today we'll be looking at the power of filters in Ideate Explorer. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat and I'll try to answer them at the end of the presentation. This session will also be recorded so you can view it later. So this session is part of our 15 at 15 series on YouTube. Apart from today's topic, which is for Ideate Explorer, we also have other videos on various topics. So you can check out the 15 at 15 training series by going to YouTube and navigating to the 15 at 15 recordings playlist. Just remember here that help is a click away in the software. You can reach our support team by emailing support@ideatesoftware.com. Alternatively, you can click on the help button from the ribbon in the Ideate apps section, or click on the question mark button from the Ideate Explorer, where we have getting started guides and links to other help pages. So now on to today's main topic, which is Ideate Explorer. So why use Ideate Explorer? So Ideate Explorer allows us to audit our Revit model efficiently and thoroughly. Using Ideate Explorer allows us to easily understand your model and make powerful edits by swapping components, updating information, auditing elements, and reviewing Revit warnings. Unlike the built-in warnings manager, our solution allows you to interact with the model while reviewing the warnings, making the reviewing process much easier and more efficient. In the demonstration that I'm about to show you next, we're going to look at how we can use powerful filters from Ideate Explorer to pinpoint specific elements within our Revit model. Okay, so here I have Snowdon Towers project open, and I'm just going to open Ideate Explorer now. You can see here using the drop down, I can pick from the entire project or the active view, and I can also sort by various other categories. So using the Explore tab here, I can select doors, and this would run through all of the doors within this entire project. I can then isolate the doors that I've selected. Okay. And then I can reset the view as well. So I'm just going to reset the section box here. And then in the filter section, this is where the magic happens. So using this doors check rating filter, what I'm doing here is I'm checking for doors that don't have a fire rating. And you can see in comparison to the first way of selecting doors, this filter only picks up 5 doors opposed to the 141 doors. And just to inspect how this section is made, you can see it's picking up all of the fire doors that don't have a fire rating in the filters rules area. So we'll just select a door and go through the settings here. So you can see fire ratings is empty. And now let's pick another door. So we can spin around and check another door to see if it doesn't have a fire rating. And once again, it doesn't have a fire rating. So now let's reset the view and apply another filter to our entire project. So next, let's search for model in place. So here in the model, using our filter, we've identified one model in place element here in Revit. And it's to do with the parapet cappings here. So just to look at this view here, it's telling us for any elements that has a model in place filter, which is true, it would flag that up in Ideate Explorer. So next, let's look at views that don't have a view template. So using Ideate Explorer, we can look up views that are on the sheet or not on the sheets. Let's pick ones that are on the sheet. So I'll go with this elevation view. And I can double click to open this view. And in the properties area, you can see here, it doesn't have a view template. Okay, so that's the ruled. And how about a floor plan? So if I double click on the floor plan and just navigate to the properties area, once again, it doesn't have a view template. So very quickly, you can see how quick and efficient it is to use Ideate Explorer to look up the areas that we want. So here, I'm just looking up the rules that I've loaded into my Ideate Explorer. So I can import rules from my rules folder. Now, Ideate Explorer comes with some out-of-the-box basic rules, but if I go back one folder, there's also bonus rules as well. So this rules has edited profile is a bonus rule that I've also loaded here in my project. Okay. So in the previous demo, when I was showing how the rules were created in the Ideate Explorer filter settings, you may have noticed that some of the filter parameters aren't native Revit parameters. This is because Ideate Explorer not only uses the native Revit parameters, but on top of that, the developer team has introduced additional parameters to make filtering much more powerful. So in the next video, we'll look at how these differences between Revit filters and Ideate filters can leverage these additional filter parameters to improve our workflow. Okay, so in this demo, I have Snowdon Towers open. On the left, I have Ideate Explorer, and I'm using the filter called Wall Has Edited Profile. This filter looks for all of the walls that have a edited profile. So let's go with this chase wall example. And you can see it's somewhere to the center of the model here, and I'm just isolating it. So if we were to click on the edit profile button, you can see on the bottom left, the profile has been edited. Okay. So now let's look at how this rule is built. So it's using the parameter called has edited profile. Now this is a special rule that's built inside Ideate Explorer, which doesn't exist in Revit. So here now I've just highlighted some of the special parameters that we have in Ideate Explorer that wouldn't be available from Revit. So now let's have a look at the filters from the native Revit filter settings. So you can see in comparison, we have some of the parameters missing from the left in yellow. Okay, I'm just running down the list here. Okay, so you've got things like, top offset, top width, length, model, etc. But here on the left, you can see we have things to filter design option that's additionally built inside Ideate Explorer. We have the option to filter by bases attached or element ID. Okay, we also have the option to pick if something has a profile or has a split face. Horizontal projection as well. Or if anything is pinned, we can filter by pinned objects as well. So there's a lot more functionality and a lot more options when it comes to building out filters using Ideate Explorer. So this now concludes the demo of Ideate Explorer. Just a couple of action items before we end. First, you can take the survey in the webinar to find out how Ideate Explorer can help you with your Revit workflow. Second, download a trial of Ideate Explorer and give it a try. Go to ideatesoftware.com/download for more details. Okay, so now I'm going to hop over in the chat area and see if there's any questions. I'm going to hang about 5-10 minutes before we close out, so I want to say thank you for joining today's webinar and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.